Hello, I'm Gordy, what's up, and welcome to Book Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the third book in the Raven Cycle series, and oh my goodness, this book caused me all the feels, man. Like, oh my goodness. It was so good. I finished this book earlier today and I just had to read like the last few chapters. But this book was fantastic. I gave it 5 stars on GOODREADS and I literally gave it a 100% because this book was perfection. But since this is the third book in the series, I can't like give a synopsis for it. So if you haven't read the other books yet and you do not want to be spoiled, I would leave now because I'm about to go spoil this book and you do not want to be spoiled. So bye, not spoiling people. Okay, so now, let's talk about this beauty, aka the thing that destroyed me. So in this book, I feel like we're finally, like, doing stuff with Glendower, because, you know, we've wanted to find Glendower this whole time, but I feel like in this, we're, like, finally doing stuff. Like, stuff is happening now, because I don't know why, I just feel like in the other books, like, not a lot was happening with Glendower. We have this cave that we've found, and in the beginning they went to the cave, but like they like couldn't get through it, and then there was that whole story with like Gansey and the Ordinance, and I was just like, oh my gosh, my poor baby Gansey. But it's okay because then we found that other cave with Jesse Diddley. Jesse is one of our new characters in this story, and oh my gosh, I love him so much. I just imagine him being like a giant, because he's like really tall, and I just loved how every time he talked it was like in all capital letters, so I just like imagined him yelling. It's so sad that he died. He got shot by Piper and I couldn't believe it. I was just like, why him? And just, it's so sad. And it's like, it's worse because he thought he was gonna die because of the curse, but he didn't. He got shot. But I loved the bond between Blue and Jesse. When Blue came over with Noah and Blue was just like, if I like clean up your yard and plant flowers in it, will you let me go into the cave? She was planting the flowers, and then Noah was trying to help her, but then all that Noah and the mirror stuff happened, and now it's just like, what is happening right now? I feel like Noah wasn't really here in this book, and every time he like caused problems, like with that scene with Blue and Gansey and Noah at like their pool table. Like Noah's like freaking out, and then Blue pulled the plug on him so he could stop using her energy. That was really weird, but I really felt bad for Noah throughout this whole story. Oh my goodness, speaking of Blue and Gansey in this book, oh my goodness, they caused me so many feels. Like, I am Blue antsy trash. I just love that Blue would call and she would just be like, oh my goodness, this still isn't Congress. And they would like talk about the weirdest stuff. Like, they would like talk about ducks and everything, and just, oh, I loved those phone calls. They were so great. And I loved how Gansey, he like could not like go to sleep because he was just wondering if Blue would call, and then he would be like, if she does call, like, don't pick it up. But then his phone would ring and he would just immediately pick it up, and I was just like, oh Gansey, you're so in love. Oh my goodness, that one night when Gansey was like in their bathroom slash kitchen slash washing machine room, and then he was on the phone with Blue, and then Noah was there, and Gansey was just like, don't tell the others. And Noah was just like, I might be dead, but I'm not stupid. Ah, that was great. Oh my gosh, that one scene where Blue called Gansey, and Gansey was just like, I'm not asleep, and she was just like, I know, come get me. And then he got her, and they were driving, and then he let her drive, and his hand was on her knee, and then they like stopped, and they were like about to kiss, but then she brought up Glendower, and I was just like, oh my goodness, why? But that scene with Blue and Gansey, we were so close, and she was just like, I don't care, my mouth is cursed, I want to kiss him. And then it was just like, it looked like she was gonna tell him that he was her true love, but then she brought up Glendower, and then that Henry guy showed up, and then they got into that fight, and I was just like, why is this happening? This should not be happening. That was like the last Blue and Gansey moment for like 100 pages. But then after Persephone died, then they had that hug. Oh my gosh, that hug at the end at 300 Foxway. Oh my gosh, that hug killed me. I like had to reread it like 10 times. But oh my goodness, speaking of Persephone, she died. She died, and guys, I couldn't even. I was just like, wait, no, she can't be dead. This can't be happening. But she died. Now, I never really liked Persephone. I mean, I just always wondered like what was up with her because I knew something was off. And then at the end when she was like talking to Adam, and then Adam like came back out and she was gone, and then he was like to that clerk girl, he was just like, was I here like alone the whole time? And like the girl nodded, and he was like, can I borrow your phone? And she was just like, why? And he was like, something terrible has happened. Like, Persephone literally disappeared. Like, I don't even think she was there at all. Persephone, have you not realized what happens when you scurry? Like, Neve literally disappeared. And then look at you. You died. Like, I can't believe she did that. And I don't even understand why she would do that. It's just so sad that she's dead. And oh my gosh, Mora doesn't even know that she's dead yet. Oh my, Mora's gonna find out. Speaking of Mora, I felt like they didn't actually start looking for her until like the very end. Like, I don't know. That just wasn't really talked about that much. I mean, it was, but just like sometimes. But then like they actually like kind of started looking for her in the end, and then we found her with good old Artemis. So we meet Artemis, Blue's father, and I don't know what to think of him. Like, he's okay. Like, I don't hate him, but I don't like him either. Like, I definitely prefer the Gray Man. And oh my gosh, speaking of the Gray Man, he was barely here in this book. But I feel like the Gray Man really didn't do much in this book, except for the end with all that Piper and Grey Mantle stuff. So Piper is Grey Mantle's wife, which I still can't get over the fact that he has a wife. Like, how does he have time to have a wife? But when I met Piper, I just immediately liked her. And I found it so hilarious that when you first meet her, she's literally in her kitchen in nothing but a pink bra and underwear, cutting mangoes, and I don't know why, I just found that so hilarious. But I really liked Piper. She was really funny and sarcastic, and I thought she was great until when Green Mantle saw her and she was just staring at herself in the mirror, and I was just like, girl, why you doing that? And then Piper turned out to be a butthole. I just can't believe that Piper just betrayed us. Like, I can't believe it. Like, she was like so invested in this stuff, and how Green Mantle like didn't even realize it either. Colin Green Mantle didn't do much. Like, Colin is kind of like a coward because he literally left at the end. He was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go. And Piper was just like, are you kidding me? You're leaving? And he was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave. And I was just like, you're leaving your wife here? But hey, I will say Piper did a pretty good job of protecting herself. Oh my goodness, I haven't talked about my children, Adam and Ronan. Oh my gosh, Adam and Ronan, it's gonna happen. The Adam and Ronan tension in this, it's gonna happen. Adam and Ronan did a lot of stuff together in this book, and they just have like this really good friendship, and maybe that friendship will become something more. Yeah, I ship Adam and Ronan a lot. That scene at the church was a little confusing, but then Adam like opened his eyes, and then there was like a dead Ronan, but then there was another Ronan, and like Ronan was just like, I made another copy of myself because that Ronan was gonna die, and I was just like, what? But Adam and Ronan were awesome as usual. Ronan wasn't as important in this as in The Dream Thieves. The Dream Thieves was his book, but in this book, it was like Adam, Blue, and Gansey's moments to shine. Okay, I need to talk about the end, because the end, what even was that? Reading it, I was just like, what's happening? I love it when Blue finds Mora and Artemis, and Blue's just talking to Artemis, and she's just like, we gotta find a way to get you and my mom out of here, and Artemis is just like, she can't be your mom though. And she's just like, there's a lot of things you don't know. And then she like holds up the light to him and she's just like, you know what my face looks like? It looks a little bit like yours, so just put the pieces together. I'm excited to learn more about Artemis, and is Artemis like really old? Like, is he from this century, or was he one of the sleepers? Like, I need this information. But we find Artemis and Mora, and I was really happy to be back with Mora because I really missed her, even though I didn't really like her in the Raven voice. But then Piper and that Morris guy, and then the gray man had to show up, and then everyone was in that small cavern, and then, like, I was reading this, and I was just like, do you guys even realize right now that the cavern is literally collapsing as you guys speak? So I'm still a little confused on why Mora and Artemis didn't want to move, because the door to the third sleeper was like right behind them, but why couldn't they move? Like, I don't know. That was just a little odd, but the end was just so crazy. There was guns firing and people were getting injured, and then the cavern was collapsing, and I swear the gray man was gonna get left behind, and I was just like, no, we're gonna have to like sacrifice Artemis or something because we are not leaving the gray man behind. And he was like gonna sacrifice himself too. And then Blue gave him the hug and then cut his ties, and then they were all fighting and stuff, and oh my gosh, it was great. But it is okay because Blue and Mora and Artemis and the gray man survived, and oh my gosh, that little Mora and gray man reuniting, and he was just like looking at her face. Ah, it was so cute. There's something I still want to know, and that's how Gansey and Adam and Ronan got out, because Gansey and Adam were left behind. And then it went to Adam, and Adam was just like, it's been a week since we've gotten out of that cavern, and I was just like, but how did you get out? They're taking back good old Mallory, which we get to finally see in this book because he comes to America, and oh Mallory, I sure did love having you here with us. But then we get to this epilogue, okay, and Piper is still somehow alive, and then there's a woman there, and that woman is Neebie! Neebie, how the heck did you get there? Cause you weren't there when everyone else was there, okay? So like, where did those mirrors take you? I need to know. And just, like, seeing Neebie there, I was just like, you little backstabber, what you doing here? They open the door, and there's the third sleeper, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, okay. So I'm just like, okay, obviously it's not Glendower, because Glendower is like #1 sleeper, like you want to wake him up, and it's obviously not Gwendolyn, because she wasn't even asleep. The sleeper wasn't human. Piper wasn't sure why she expected it would be. Instead, it was small and black and shiny, with more legs than she expected. It was powerful. Neebie said, we had to do it at the same time to get the Piper reached out and touched it before Neebie could move. Wake up, Piper. Why would you do that? Why would you wake this third sleeper up? What is it, not even a human, and you don't even know what it is, and then Neebie was saying that stuff, and whatever Neebie was trying to say might have been important, but no, Piper just touched it. So what do I think this third sleeper is? Well, my immediate thought was like a huge spider or something. I don't know, I was just getting a spider vibe, but whatever it is, it's not a human. And it's scary, and it's probably gonna try and kill us all. I just can't believe that Piper did that. Like, Piper, I know you're blonde, and Piper's a really smart blonde, but that was a dumb blonde move. I need the Raven King. Like, and you know, it's okay, because I just have to wait a few weeks for it. Like, some of you guys have been waiting for it for like over a year. But then here's me who only has to wait for it for a few weeks. But that, my friends, were my overall thoughts and feels on Blue, and I hope you enjoyed this book talk. If you did like this book review, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to watch more book talks from me, you can click the subscribe button down below. I'm Courtney, and I'll see you all next time for a new video episode, so I will see you then, so goodbye, yo!